Magellano is a uniquely Azimut creation, a collection of crossovers for the true connoisseurs of yachting who appreciate interior spaces and seaworthiness to create long stays on board that leave little behind on land. And thanks to the work of exterior designer Ken Freevock, she has lines that are bestowed with a beauty typically only seen on sailing yachts. It's a lot to live up to. But in just 20 meters, the new Magellano 66 has done that and more. With a beam of 5.5 meters, she proposes 4 staterooms, 3 heads, and a double crew cabin. On the performance front, she's equipped the latest edition of the super versatile dual mode hull, which carries her up to a top speed of 24 knots efficiently, and at a cruising speed of 12 knots, she can travel over 490 nautical miles. You can't judge a ship by its hull, so join me on board and let's have a taste of how life might be. With so many details to appreciate here on the cockpit, it's hard to choose a starting point. But let's begin with the centerpiece, this oversized table that will comfortably accommodate you and all of your guests for outdoor dining, always appreciating the shelter of this cover above. But in close contact with the waves, even closer when we remove the backrest to reveal a glass pane. This is a design touch that we brought down from the Magellano 66's larger sisters. It does a lot to bring our relationship with the sea even closer. Owners may choose to configure this table so that it may be lowered and a cushion placed on top, transforming the space into a lounge, which is so great considering the beautiful way it frames the sea. The Flybridge of the 66 has been expanded to full beam in the aft part, which can be configured with additional storage and even an American bar, or left open for the owner's choice of freestanding furniture. No matter how you choose to use this panoramic deck, you're going to enjoy the sun and good company all day long. As on the cockpit, we have an oversized table here, perfect for entertaining outdoors, arguably with even better views. And certainly more sunlight, thanks to the opening section in the hardtop. We're also in close contact with the exterior helm station, so owner-operators can enjoy the company of guests while cruising at low speeds during lunchtime. And there's even a great sofa forwards, which enjoys protection by this tinted windscreen here. It wouldn't be a Magellano if there wasn't plenty of storage up here as well. The distinctive look of louvers from the yacht's profile are echoed here in this ribbing pattern throughout the cabinetry. At just over 20 meters, she appeals as much to owner-operators as to those who prefer having a crew on board to help. So, she offers 2 main deck layout options to satisfy both parties. But before I show you the difference between the 2 layouts, let me show you what they both have in common, the aft part of the main deck dedicated to the guests. Passing through the wide, sliding glass door and the flush transition, we already find ourselves in the center of the lounge area. We've just passed by the full height storage, which up top contains your custom Azimut glassware in no rattle fittings, and down below a discretionary storage, which you can use for those things you want to keep at hand both indoors and out. The cushions on these sofas are of residential quality. You see the depth and the curves to them. Well, underneath, considering that this is a boat, we had to put storage. And on the port side, you can even have a pull-out bed, which is perfectly positioned considering it's the larger of the 2 sofas and it's looking right at your hidden TV on the starboard side. Perfect for that epic movie night together with the family. Heading a little further in, we come to the cabinet, which serves not only as an extra space to keep lovely design touches, but a home for your wine cooler, a must-have on any Italian yacht, as well as more discretionary storage. The dining table seats 6 in its current configuration, but it can be extended and pulled away from the wall to accommodate all 8 overnight guests comfortably. And finally, the guest stair is thoughtfully placed amidships. Why thoughtfully, you might ask? Because this is the key that allowed the shipyard to completely separate crew and guest flows on the Navetta version of the main deck. On a yacht of 20 meters, it's exceptional to find an arrangement where the guests have perfect privacy in the main salon, while the crew are left to operate the Helm and the Galley completely uninterrupted. And it doesn't come at the cost of convenience. This beautiful cutout in the bulkhead allows the crew to serve directly onto the main dining. And to access any other part of the yacht, there's a side door right in the galley. But when you do want privacy, it's yours. So there's really no downside to the Navetta version. In fact, there's one more advantage that I haven't shown you yet. The half-height storage column behind the helm station has been extended all the way up to the ceiling, creating much needed pantry space for the galley. Here in the galley, we have the latest tech and appliances. Miele everything is included, and there's pantry space appropriate for the yacht's long-range mission. Adjacent the galley, the internal helm station gives you an excellent view through these grand front windows because the whole setup has been pushed forward. It's a navigator's dream with classic design and high-tech flush glass Raymarine displays. The supremely versatile dual-mode hull carries benefits for guest comfort as well, especially noticeable in moderate seas, where she slices through the waves and then disperses the impact, practically eliminating crashing. It's well matched with the choice of shaft-line drives, which always push with high torque thanks to the larger diameter of the propellers. But this still isn't the end of the story for the Magellano's strikingly smooth sailing. As a member of the Carbon Tech generation, the upper parts of the yacht, including the Flybridge, the hardtop, and the platform, have been laminated in the ultralight, ultra-strong material, which allows us to bring down the center of gravity so that we can expand the volumes while maintaining optimal levels of dynamic stability. Let's start from the top with the master suite. This full-beam sanctum amidships offers every luxury that owners expect, especially space. And with artistic touches, such as the ribbed fabric panel behind the headboard, we feel a real cozy, home away from home feeling. And there's enough storage to truly move in. On the port side, we have a seating area which may be used as a vanity or a desk, and on the starboard, a system of drawers with space for all your clothes on long stays. Even more space can be found in the twin wardrobes. One is a bit larger here on the left side, full height for ladies' dresses, and on the right side a second one to make sure there's always enough space. And you can find nooks that make life a little more comfortable all around, such as the bedside tables and shelves with wireless charging and hidden outlets. There's also shelf units and drawers hidden away just about everywhere that you might need them. The VIP suite takes the best advantage of the bow area with long forward-facing hull-side windows and a skylight to let in even more natural illumination. Your guest will appreciate the tasteful artistic touches, such as those we find in the master, as well as the private bathroom and abundance of storage. The guest cabin features 2 single beds with plenty of walking space, full height. And thanks to the reflective surfaces amplifying the light coming from the hull side window here, we feel an even greater perception of space. And there's storage all around, above our heads, beneath the beds, in the full height wardrobe. It's everywhere. Plus, one more added bonus is the direct nighttime access to the day head. In addition to the 3 dedicated guest cabins, there's a 4th extra room which can be used either as a storage or another guest cabin, with 1 or 2 bunks raising the maximum overnight occupancy to 8 guests. And the twin cupboards in the corridor can host separate washer and dryer machines or a combo machine and storage shelves. I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say that the bow lounge is one of the most pleasant places on board to end a day at sea. With drinks and good company, plus 270 degrees of panoramic views, it's a great spot whether you're cruising at low speeds or enjoying at anchor in a beautiful bay. But being that this is a Magellano, we had to make it useful as well. In fact, this is where we have our largest uninterrupted, unpartitioned storage on board. Here, you can keep your sea bobs, scuba gear, and other larger items. There's so much storage, you'll never run out. Now that you've seen where the water toys are stored, it only makes sense to show you where you'll be launching these aquatic adventures. Here, the bathing platform has space for a J33 tender or similar. But you'd never guess that it's also home to the entrance to the crew cabin. You can have either 1 or 2 berths here for a little extra help. So, that's the Magellano 66. The only question left is, in a sea of infinite possibilities, where will you sail her first? Let us know in the comments below.